Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share and support the platform. Hey you guys, shout out to my little research squad that sent me this story regarding Jaheel Addae and his Wht Fiance Lindsay Nelson. Recently they've come under fire because they were celebrating having more light-skinned children. So if you guys want to hear my commentary, which will be centered around racial preservation and black men's definition of it, definitely stay tuned for the video. If you're having some skincare issues and uneven skin tone and acne, X Moisture's organic skincare cream will be a great solution for you. It is effective. If you are interested in purchasing, please go to xmoisture.com. You guys have actually been emailing me about how much you are raving over CarMarshal because you like the simplicity of the site as well as their customer service. They have over 100,000 cars in their inventory for you to select from, so definitely go down to carmarshal.com, tell them Paris Milan sent you. You guys always ask me, how do you keep your skin so clear? And definitely one of my secrets is Ash Kicken's African Black Soap, and they have other skincare products that you can use. So go down to ashkicken.com. If you use Paris Milan at checkout, you will receive 15% off. Again, go to ashkicken.com. Also, make sure you go and pick up your melanated gear, your cinch bags, your hoodies. Go support Black currency unmasked. So Jaheel Addae is a safety for the Los Angeles Chargers, and he and his fiancée have been dating for about 3 years, and last year he proposed to her. They also have one child together. He was at some sort of get together with Negro mites, Negro lights, and Dusty Coons all gathered together at a table in which they were cheering to having more light-skinned children. And at the table you could see there were some black men who were darker skinned, but the common denominator was that their partners were white women. So I want to play that clip for you guys.
Cheers. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really cheers to our
So you guys just saw that clip. Now, there's definitely a lot of things to deconstruct in this video. One, this confirms that when you hear some of these people who are in interracial relationships claim that they don't see color, it's an effing lie. They see color more than we see color, but more importantly, the color that they really see is green, because the only way these women are effing with these Negroes is because they have money. Secondly, notice that when they are saying cheers to more light-skinned kids, you didn't see any of these white girls looking uncomfortable. Everybody was cheesing, everybody thought it was funny. So that lets you know that they were celebrating the fact that these men are so stupid that they are literally enjoying the fact that they are breeding themselves out. It's just so freaking prevalent. I don't want to hear, oh, don't measure us by these celebrities. Y'all do it to us all the time when it comes to Serena Williams and Michelle Williams. And the comical part of it all is that you guys tell us not to police you, yet you turn around and police Serena Williams, and you guys don't even support her tennis. And some of these men, like a Michael B. Jordan, black women actually do go out and support, and you tell us not to police him. And I understand that these women are just girls that he's constantly around, but how is it that you can tell us who to support and who not to support when our money is placed somewhere, but you don't even monetarily support Serena, and you still feel like you are obligated to tell her who she is allowed to marry? You can't blame black women for this one. These are black men who, some of them were darker skinned, and a lot of them in the NFL are darker skinned and have non-black counterparts. Clearly they are intent in getting into these unions because it is a bartering system. These women are getting into it for financial security, and these men are getting into it because they want to breed out their race. They don't want to have kids that resemble any sort of skin tone that they descend from, that is common in their family. They simply want to have kids that look as far away from them as possible. And this is the sickness that colorism has resulted in for black people. We are so focused on a child being born lighter skin as opposed to being healthy that you will literally celebrate that fact alone. There's so many kids, I'm sure, that were born lighter skin that have disabilities, or white kids that have disabilities, and I'm sure the last thing that they give a F about is their skin tone. And this also confirms the fact that I've been saying for a long time on my channel, is that the reason why colorism has been indoctrinated in us for so freaking long is because our oppressors taught us to have a skin tone hierarchy, and unfortunately black people still perpetuate this hierarchy to this day, where we place a level of importance and we attach privilege to those who are lighter skinned and mixed race and non-black altogether. Men claim that, oh, it's only black women that are colorist. Look at the white women co-signing it. They didn't say, hey, that's not funny, hey, don't say that. They cheers right up to it. And she even turned around and recaptioned the title of the video that she posted, cheers to more light-skinned kids. I want to show you guys how prevalent this sickness is with some of our men, who, one in particular, John Barnes. Now, he literally came out saying that Liam Neeson, who stated that when a friend of his claimed that she was raped or sexually assaulted by a black man, a black person, whatever, whenever he wanted to kill a black person or a black man, and he was going out looking for one. And he literally came out defending him, saying that he deserves a medal for it.
Well, first of all, I just want you to give me a few minutes because I believe that Liam Neeson deserves a medal, and I'll tell you why. Liam Neeson, I've listened to the whole transcript. Liam Neeson was talking about his film Revenge, and he's talking about revenge doesn't do anyone any good. He mentions the fact that being brought up in Northern Ireland, he understands how destructive that can be. He went on to tell a story of a situation whereby a friend of his had been raped. Now, if you listen to everything he's talking about in the moment, and you can't blame Liam Neeson for thinking what he feels, because this is what, and this is a while ago, this is what society has shown him that black people do, Muslims do. This is what society has wrongly shown him. This is what the media have wrongly portrayed to him. So in that moment, he said for a week, he was going around looking to kill a black person or a black, and he did that in quotation marks. Now, what he actually went on to say is that he was ashamed and horrified by the way he felt. Yes? He's not ashamed and horrified in wanting to commit the act of revenge. He's ashamed and horrified because that is what he thought about all black people. After a week, he realized he was wrong. That is what he said. I'm ashamed and horrified of the way I felt. Now, depending on how you want to spin this story, now it's about he was going to kill a black person.
We want to ventilate.
That is not what I...
That is not what I got from that.
This was bootlicking coon 101. I can understand if some black people are saying, okay, there needs to be more black people who have Liam Neeson's mindset where if somebody attacks a black person, we need to make sure that we go after that person. But he's literally excusing what he said. He's looking past the genocidal aspect that he's clearly targeting a black man to kill. It wasn't just that one in particular. It was any random black man that encountered him, he was going to X off. And this black man excused this behavior. I'm like, God dang, you giving him more excuses than Liam Neeson had excuses for himself. This is why we have been able to be oppressed for so many years, because our men who are in positions of influence, they use their positions to become obsequious to our oppressor. They don't want to get out of this system. They don't want to start leading the charge. They don't want to revolt. They simply want to appease, because gaining favor in the eyes of these men allows them to have access to their women. They want to get in their good graces so that Massa won't be mad when they start dating their women. Now, I know you're gonna say, well, why would you say that about John Barnes? He's been married twice, and to my understanding, both of the marriages were to white women, and he also has kids. So again, not only do these men practice genocide by completely reading themselves out, they also are compliant in white supremacy. They see no problem with these men saying that, hey, I'll just kill a random black person, even though that's exactly what Dylan Roof did, saying that these men raped their women and he was sick of it. And he didn't only just kill black men, he mainly killed black women. They don't see any problem with this. They're okay with it. They'll excuse it. And I also want you guys to look at the mentality of a Charles Leno. Charles Leno is from the Bay Area. I've told you guys in past videos that something is going on in the Bay Area with some of our black men. The mindset, it's an abomination, because the amount of self-hate that they have, like, you could literally feel it in the air. You can see it. Their whole demeanor reeks of it. So often what you'll see in the Bay Area is that a lot of these black men are with non-black women. And case in point, that mentality did not escape Charles Leno, because now that he plays for the Chicago Bears and he signed this multi-million-dollar contract, he's with this white supremacist minded white woman who clearly was lurking at the games, constantly taking pictures on some Get Out style, only looking for black men, black basketball players, black football players. She didn't give a F. She just wanted one that was part of some sort of league, and she got one. And little did people know, she actually has a racist past because she was making racist comments targeted towards black people. But the thing is that these men don't care. These men know that these women are racist. These men know that these women hate black women. These men know that these women don't want black babies, but they don't give a F. And it's funny that in the meantime, when they're dissing black women, like Albert Hainsworth, who was accused of sexually assaulting a black waitress and then made some snide comments like, oh, I ain't dated a black woman in a long time, so that's not true. Then he came out saying that this white woman that he was dating, he accused her of not only racial abuse, but domestic violence, and said that she would call him the N-word and a host of other things. But guess what? We don't want to hear it. When I hear some of these men talk about racial oppression that they face and discrimination, I just break out and dance, and I'm like, get it, get it, get it. I don't want to hear that bullish. Once you make statements like cheers to more light-skinned children, which is basically giving a shout out to breeding yourselves out, it's giving a shout out to distancing yourself from your women, it contributes to your replacement and why you were at the bottom of the totem pole. You're no longer my problem. I'm glad that men like you are off my hands. And black women, this is what you should celebrate. Celebrate that you don't have to deal with these men. Celebrate that when they do face some sort of racialized event where the police do something to them, or they get their livelihood taken away, or they get charged with a #MeToo, please do not pull a OJ Simpson and get on the jury and feel like you are obligated to get these men out of these situations. This is the life that they chose. They chose to roll with pigs, so you need to allow them to get dirty. That is no longer your responsibility. If you feel like you are still obligated to support and protect these men after they show you they are not racially loyal, that's your choice, but I'm telling you that you are not obligated to do so. They are now in the hands of their oppressor. They are now the cash cow for their oppressor. So therefore, allow them to run free. Allow them to go into that society where they are not welcome. The only reason why they are being tolerated, keyword tolerated, is because they are these women's families' meal tickets. If they didn't have cash or anything else, these women wouldn't be looking at them twice. So my point is that allow these men to celebrate their racist white supremacist Beckys, their colorist Beckys, their colorist cave dogs. Allow them to enjoy that, okay? These men don't change their freaking colors. These men have self-hate that you'll never be able to fix. Count it as a win for you. This is a win that you don't have to deal with somebody who has psychological issues. This is a win that you don't have to become a baby moms, because that's exactly what a lot of these women are. These women are smart enough to tie down these men with an 18-year commitment, and some of them end up getting rings and they end up securing the deal, but at the same token, their children are going to be raised to hate themselves, or their children are going to grow up to be colorists. Or hey, even look at the flip side with the Ann Kovault situation that I covered. They think that they're getting one up on black women by getting with their men, but when these babies come out, these biracial babies come out and they have more black phenotype than white phenotype, that's where you start seeing the racial abuse occurring. Case in point, like I stated with Ann Kovault, where she has these biracial babies, but you can see with the baby's hair, the babies clearly have 4C hair. They look like lighter skinned black babies, and I think that's why she resented them and why she abused them for so many years. And these babies had massive injuries that they had to sustain, all because of their self-hating father ignored the signs that this woman clearly had some sort of racialized hatred going on. So, you know, allow these men to run amok, but guess what? When something happens to them, if OJ 3.0, 4.0, 5.0 happens, if Me Too comes out like a Bill Cosby, that is no longer our problem. Let the white man's trash that they love to pick through and take their women from, let them go and have their plight to deal with themselves. That is no longer our responsibility. So anyways, you guys, let me know what you feel about this situation. How do you feel about them celebrating having light-skinned kids as opposed to having healthy kids? And please let me know what you think about the mentality of these men who are in the NFL, who clearly praise having light or non-black women and having mixed children. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!